Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is the Divinely Guided Tarot and I am back with a reading for the sign of Gemini. Welcome Gemini, welcome cross watchers. As I shuffle my deck, I do want to say a quick thank you for joining me here in this space tonight to join in with Spirit and get this message to you, alright? So the lighting is a little bit different in today's video, but I did feel like this is the right vibe for it. So we're going to go ahead, start shuffling, see what messages and energies are coming through for you. Okay, what messages do you have for Gemini? Okay, that's too many, Spirit. What messages do we have for Gemini? Okay, keep dropping like half the deck. Messages do we have for Gemini, Spirit? Alright, Gemini. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse coming out and the Ace of Cups as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lay those down. Okay, then we're having the Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles come out, and the Lovers card in reverse. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Wands, the Six of Swords. Spirit, can I have two more, please? Messages for Gemini. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups. Okay. All right, Gemini, we're going to start with the Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins in the reverse position. This is very much an energy of, let me grab it for you. Okay, it's very much this energy that there's some sort of conflict, especially in group situations. I feel that you might feel like you're pulling more of the weight when it comes to working in groups, okay? It might also just be something that you're not very fond of because you do feel like you kind of like things your way, you know, and you want things done a certain way. You feel like you can get it done right, correctly, faster. Whatever it is, you feel that you work better alone. But right now, I feel like you're being put in a situation where you do need to work with others, and I do think that is challenging for you because, like, you want it your way. Like I said, you want it your way. People want to do it a different way. Or perhaps maybe, like, you might feel like you're pulling all of that weight. Okay, next we're seeing this Ace of Cups. Okay, so there has to be some sort of new feeling when it comes to something in your life. You're feeling very different about something, and what I find interesting is you have the Lovers in reverse, so it might be in relation to that. You might be feeling very different in regards to a connection, or essentially with those people in that group. So you do have a new perspective on something. I do think that you're tapping into your intuition a lot more now, getting more into spirituality. Maybe you haven't watched tarot card readings in a while, and you stumbled across this one. But you are starting to take your spirituality more serious, and I do think that that gut feeling, that intuition, you're starting to really listen to. Okay, the Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles in reverse deals with this energy of just feeling like you don't want to do anything, essentially. I feel like you want to be very unproductive right now. Like you're trying to Like your days off, you're not really trying to work, okay? You're trying to... That didn't make sense. Let me rephrase that, okay? I'm saying on your days off, you don't want to be running here, running there. You don't want to be running errands. You don't want to be working on that side business if you have one. It's very much, I want to stay in bed all day and do nothing, okay? You're feeling this way, but this card is also in the reverse position. It's talking about feeling very obsessed with something. So being like overly obsessive over something, being very possessive. Okay, you're kind of like overly analytical of something. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the Lover's card chronologically. I like to read my cards. Okay, next we're seeing the Lovers in reverse. Okay, when we see the Lovers in reverse, it's like this loss of balance in, you know, your love life and in the romantic dynamic. Okay, so there's something about not feeling like things are in perfect harmony. This also has to do with feeling like a connection is one-sided. So if you are in a relationship or a romantic connection, just be cautious about if things are mutual or not, okay? And I think that might be what this obsessive energy is coming through with. Because you might get a sense that things aren't 100% mutual here. Okay, we are seeing the Ace of Wands. I do find it interesting that you have two aces in your spread here. But we have the Ace of Wands down here in this row, which deals with like a very creative energy. It's also, you know, you're starting to have a lot of passion for something. And you're just feeling very inspired by something here, okay? So really creativity is going to strike you here. You might be in this lazy energy up there, but down here you're feeling very inspired to ultimately create something, which is exciting, Gemini. Okay, next we're seeing the Six of Swords. Okay, and the Six of Swords deals with leaving something behind. As you can see here, they're in a boat and they're essentially, you know, leaving something behind, leaving the land behind and moving on to something else. Okay, so you're leaving something behind. It could be in relation to this lover's connection. It could be you're leaving behind a limiting belief, okay? You could be leaving behind, maybe perhaps this group conflict was at work. You might be leaving behind a job. But like I said, it could be an intangible, you know, thing as well, like leaving behind a limiting belief. Okay, we're seeing the Ten of Swords up here as well. The Ten of Swords deals with feeling like you failed at something. It's feeling defeated, broken down. Again, I do feel like it may, for a lot of you, be in relation to this Lover's card as well. But on the brighter side of things, Gemini, you are ending your tarot spread off with the Page of Cups, which is all about some sort of happy surprise. It's something that takes you off guard, but in a positive way. And it's really just a positive, go-lucky, happy sort of energy. And it is something that it's very good to have this at the end of your spread here. But what I'm going to do for you, Gemini, is jump right into the Romance Angels Oracle card deck. Get some clarity on that since we are seeing a love theme. And then I'll grab some letters for extra confirmation to see if Spirit's confirming that your person. Messages for Gemini. Okay. Cards are flying out for you, Gemini. Okay, so the cards that came out for you is religious factors and engagement. Okay, religious factors, your love life is influenced by a religious upbringing and spiritual path. And then your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so like I was saying before with that beliefs, there might be beliefs that are holding you back. It might be trauma from something, okay? So what I like to think about with this is that perhaps maybe you viewed certain relationships in your life around you and they weren't so positive, okay? And because of that, that's when a belief was formed about something. Sorry for the change in lighting. I like to take that as a sign, to be honest, about, you know, spirit confirming something. So there might have been something in your life here that made you wholeheartedly believe that love is a certain way, relationships are a certain way, I am a certain way, and this is potentially something that you're leaving behind, but it is important to note that it does affect everything in your life, even down to your love life. But we are seeing the engagement card, which is a good sign if this is something that you're interested in. If you're in a current connection, it is going to ascend to a higher level here, so that's something to get excited about if that is something on your radar. But even if you're single, I do think that your love life is going to ascend. Okay, you're going to meet someone, or it's going to be in the beginning stages, which could look like you just getting your shit together so that you can make room for somebody to come in. It could also look like ending a relationship, leaving behind toxicity, leaving behind a one-sided relationship here. So whatever that looks like for you, it's going to be different. But as promised, I'm going to draw some letters. I apologize for hitting the camera. Didn't want to make you dizzy there. Alright, so we have the letter K, the letter Q, the letter S, the letter Z, M or W, it can be interchangeable, and the last letter is the letter B. If your letter's not there, that's okay, but for some of you that have maybe been resisting this message, not really listening in, that's your little confirmation there. So let's go ahead, draw some more oracle cards, get further insight. I'm going to change the lighting again because we're not feeling it. Alright, Gemini. The vibes are back. Spirit turns the lights on one more time, I swear. They're like, put the lights up. Okay, they need to see this. They need to read the card. Like, make sure they're reading this message. Alright, Spirit, what other messages do we have, Gemini? Alright, so we have the card, the Stars card. Okay, it's the card of navigation, and we're also seeing the number 37, so that might hold significance for some of you. But again, the message is all about navigation. Okay, that could, you know, stars could have some sort of, you know, role in your life as well, but the whole point is the navigation, okay? And I do think that it's just like letting you know that it's up to you, okay? You're controlling the boat, essentially. You're controlling how your life goes. It's up to you to navigate your life in the best way possible. Okay, and I think that they really want you to tune in, you know, into this love connection, see what's going on. Or see if you want to leave it behind. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you, Gemini. But there is, you know, a lot of question around feeling like you failed at something, being obsessive. So just be aware of that, Gemini. We're also seeing the Mountain card, which is the card of intention. And we're also seeing the number 25 here. Okay, so be intentional with what's going on. Okay, be intentional with those religious beliefs. Be intentional with what you're leaving behind and what you're keeping in your life. Because if you're not intentional, that's when you end up in situations that aren't meant for you. And you stay in them a lot longer than you should. And it's really difficult to recognize when it's time to go. Alright, Gemini, I'm going to draw some keywords for you and we're going to close out your reading for tonight. we have the Death card. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And we have the Regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. Okay, there might have been some sort of test of faith in your relationship that took place. Maybe there's some sort of regret. And whatever you're leaving behind, it's confirmed with this Death card. It's just learning that when certain things end in your life, it's just making way for other beautiful things to come into your life that are better suited for you at that time. You know, things that can serve you that perhaps maybe the last thing could not. Okay? And it's time to move on into the future and not, you know, stay stuck in the past for too long, because that does hold you back. But Gemini, please, please, please leave a comment down below telling me what resonated, what you'd like to see in the future, if you like this video. And just honestly, whatever you want to say. I love hearing from you guys, and I love reading your comments. It really brightens my day. It makes me enjoy what I do so much more. But that is all that I have for this video. I will see you all in my next video.